everyone, Big Pauly back for a new Star Wars review. Yes, this is the one. This is the one, my little green friend. We are on to The Empire Strikes Back. Yes. What a corker of a film. But I will talk about The Empire Strikes Back at the end. For now, we're going to marvel in the pinnacle of the Star Wars franchise. It doesn't get any higher than this. Top ranking. What are we going to expect in Empire Strikes Back? Well, an icy planet with lots of large metal dogs. Yes. Also, a big city in the sky with a lovable rogue running it. A swampy planet with a little green friend. And a finale which puts you on the edge of your seat. That's right, folks. It's time to watch The Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to try and put the disc in. Try, do, or do not. There is no try. Yes, exactly. As he says, there is no try. Let's put the disc in and watch The Empire Strikes Back. Oh yes, baby. Show me some Hoth. Okay, so Empire Strikes Back. So, after the destruction of the Death Star in Star Wars, the rebels were on a high. They were winning. In a move to elude the Imperial Starfleet, they decided to set up a new base, yes, on a very cold planet called Hoth. Lots of snow, so the Empire has decided to send out thousands and thousands of probe droids in the hope of tracking down the rebel scum and destroying them once and for all. Several of these probe droids crash land on Hoth while Luke and Han are out exploring on their Tauntauns. Unfortunately, Luke's Tauntaun gets killed by a Wampa, yes, and Luke has to escape the Wampa in order to get back to the base. And unfortunately, while searching for Luke, poor old Han's Tauntaun freezes to death. So what do you do when you've got a dead Tauntaun and you need to stay warm? Slice its belly open and lets its guts fill out everywhere. Leonardo DiCaprio may have climbed inside of a horse in The Revenant, but until you've actually been inside a Tauntaun, you don't know crap. The Empire catches up with the rebels on Hoth, and we get one of the greatest Star Wars battles ever. And we're only in like 25 minutes into the film. We get this massive land-based battle with dog-like mechanical machines called AT-ATs. All those AT-ATs. Of course, we also get some really nice speeders as well. Some snow speeders. Beautiful design. I had one of those when I was a kid. I had all the Hoth figures as well. We get an absolutely fantastic battle on Hoth. Great action scenes, brilliant dialogue. Use your harpoons and tow cables and go for the legs. Of course, all this happens after Leia gets it on with her brother. The rebels manage to escape Hoth. The Millennium Falcon is pursued by the Imperial fleet. Luke and R2 bugger off to Dagobah to see this grumpy old git. And we get something special. Something so special. The swamps of Dagobah. And a Jedi Master, yes. Although Luke don't know that when he arrives there. It's something about Dagobah that is just so engrossing in this film. It's the atmosphere, the sounds, the wildlife, the mist, everything that I don't know what's there. What is this? Of course, Luke goes through a bit of training with Yoda, backflipping and all that kind of stuff, lifting rocks and dropping them, and dropping Yoda as well. And trying to lift an X-Wing fighter out of a swamp isn't easy. But for this geezer, piece of cake. Meanwhile, Han, Leia, C-3PO and Chewbacca still flying about up there trying to elude the Imperial fleet. So they decide to enter a asteroid field, which you don't want to do because you know the odds, and decide to fly down the mouth of some giant god-awful snake-like monster. After escaping the clutches of the evil Imperial fleet, the Falcon and its crew need somewhere to lay low. So where do they head off to? That's right, a giant city in the sky, Cloud City, run by a suave card gambling cheat. That's right, Lando Calrissian. Unfortunate for Han and Leia, the Empire actually arrived at Cloud City before they did. So guess who's waiting for them? Good old Vader and his henchman Boba Fett. Vader wants to set a trap for Luke, so he decides to test the carbon freezing on Han so that he can transport Luke to the Emperor. And of course he has to test it to make sure that the Emperor's prize is not damaged. So let's try it on Han. Why not? So Han is taken by Boba Fett on board Slave 1 to Jabba the Hutt. Meanwhile, Luke decides to have a little lightsaber battle with Vader. That's right. Good old lightsaber battle in the heart of Cloud City. Of course, we know the outcome of the lightsaber battle. Vader chops Luke's hand off, then tells him that he's his dad. God, with dads like that, who needs enemies? The gang all meet up at the end with the rebel fleet. The Falcon flies off into the distance with Lando and Chewie to go and find Han, and Luke and Leia and the rest of the rebel fleet fly off into the distance. So that's basically Empire Strikes Back. Now, there are so many things that I like about The Empire Strikes Back and so many things that I love about it. The Hoth battle is absolutely incredible with these AT-ATs, these mechanical AT-ATs. The film is 40 years old and the special effects are not dated one bit. The Snowspeeder designs, Ralph McQuarrie's designs are incredible. The whole pacing, the bit of the Battle of Hoth, the editing is incredible. From one scene to the next, the dialogue from one person to the next, it's just set so perfectly. Luke's arrival on Dagobah, like I say, it's such an incredible piece of movie making. The atmosphere is incredible. You really do believe that you're actually on this alien world. And who is this little green creature here? And Frank Oz brings Yoda to life like you wouldn't believe. Literally, it was either going to be a success or it was going to be a complete disaster. And when Yoda came onto screen, it was pure movie magic. And I would take one puppet Yoda over 1,000 CGI Yodas any day. Of course, the space battles are incredible. The asteroid scenes are just breathtaking, dodging these asteroids by a fraction. Cloud City looks absolutely gorgeous, and the end battle, the end lightsaber battle, is just so gripping from start to finish. Everything looks beautiful in this film. Everything sounds beautiful in this film. The dialogue is the best it's ever been. It's just a beautiful sequel. There is not a better sequel in movie making history. Some people might disagree with me. You might like your Terminator 2s, you might like your Aliens, but for me, there's not a better sequel in movie history than The Empire Strikes Back. Now, of course, George Lucas did decide to tinker a little bit with The Empire, but most of the changes that he did in Empire benefit the film. They actually make it an even better movie. From the Wampa extended scene at the beginning, to the expanded cloud city with the windows and the exterior. Looks much better, looks like a proper big city, to the most important added scene, the inclusion of Ian McDiarmid as Emperor Palpatine. That was a great inclusion in this film. They had to do it for continuity, because the original actor, I believe his name is Clive Revill, it just wouldn't have worked, what with, you know, the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. So I'm glad they actually did that. It really did work. And how Ian McDiarmid played the Emperor in that one little scene that only lasted about 30 seconds was so close to the Return of the Jedi, and absolutely spot on. As for the acting, I just cannot fault any of the acting. The acting is incredible. The dialogue is incredible. It's just the way that the dialogue is constructed. It's just an absolutely flawless movie, in my opinion. So, there are my thoughts on The Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5. So, how would I rate The Empire Strikes Back on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being a frozen Tauntaun with its guts spilled out, and 10 being a Jedi training session on Dagobah. I would rate Empire Strikes Back 10 I love yous. So there we go. So that's my review of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. I hope you enjoyed this review. Our next review will be Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and we have some fluffy little teddy bears to talk about, and a space battle to end all space battles. Fantastic. So hope you enjoyed this video. So like the video by giving it 2 Yoda ears up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you do like Empire Strikes Back, stick down in the comments why you like it, what scenes you like about it, what you don't like about it, if Empire is one of your weakest Star Wars films. And I'll see you on the next exciting Star Wars review, which will be Return of the Jedi. Love you, I do. I know.